keep this right here so we're close. I've got a little chicken stock to re-moisten it with a bit. I want to start with shredding my cheese. So here's this very mild provolone, which really is more, if you know your cheeses, there's a cheese that's made from an aged mozzarella called scamorza. And this commercially produced mild provolone is more like a scamorza, perhaps a little bit sharper, but it's nothing like getting cheese fresh from a purveyor that makes it right there. But this will work wonderfully. You know, this is what we had, and this is a leftover kind of meal. So we're going to go with the provolone, and it'll be wonderful. You feed this type of stuff to people, don't tell them it's leftover. They'll be asking you for the recipe. The only problem is you'll have to remember what you did 3 or 4 days ago to remember what you had left over in your refrigerator. That's what happens sometimes. You go in a restaurant and you tell them, you know what, potluck. Make me whatever you think is something I'd enjoy. And you do that when you go to a restaurant that you frequent, because then they know your tastes. And that was one of the nice things about Catherine's. We had customers that would come in and say, you know what, I'm in the mood for some beef tonight. Give me something special. And she would whip things up, and you know, sometimes it was a one-of-a-kind type of thing based on what we had available. These little rolls, I'm going to just, I'm using a serrated knife when cutting bread, so I'm going to just go in and cut the center out. And pull some of this bread right out, as well as from the top, because we'll use the top like a little cap to put back on it. Pasta works great in the bread bowl. It's not going to be too heavily sauced to make it too soggy. We'll just do 3 of them. Looks like that'll be the perfect amount for what we have. Okay. Put a little bit of chicken stock in my pan. Flame up to high. I get that sizzling. Put my saltimbocca in the oven for a minute. Okay, we're heating up here. Here's our bocatine parchitelle. See, reheating pasta quickly in a little bit of liquid like this is the perfect way to bring it back without overcooking it. Got my 3 bowls all set here. Doesn't have to look perfect, because when you put the cheese, it's going to look wonderful. Okay, we're going to take our lamb out and pop this in. Just need a couple of minutes with that. Get a clean up, and we'll be done here in 1 sec. Always make sure and have your mitts handy. That's all we need to do with that. You can see how that is just super hot, bubbly, and just wonderful. Okay. So, I'm going to put these back on because I'm afraid I'll touch it. I want to just dig right into it. This shepherd's pie, as you can see, the cheese is all getting crusty on the top. And underneath, you can see all of our vegetables and a little layer of potato on the top. Let's get out our chicken saltimbocca. Okay. So we've made 3 pretty incredible dishes today that are really restaurant quality, restaurant style, but all made from leftovers. And that's always the greatest thing, when you can take leftovers, because I was never a big leftover fan. Certain things I would eat leftover, but other things I would hesitate and just kind of wait until there was really nothing else to eat before I would start to challenge myself in what to do with these things. But you know, we had lots of different ingredients left over, and we managed to make 3 pretty incredible dishes. I think if you called your family down to dinner and had this on the table, they'd be, whoa, you know, is this holiday? You know, great stuff. Or if you invited some friends over and said, you know, we're just going to have some leftovers, and then had chicken saltimbocca and shepherd's pie and some little macaroni bowls, I think people would be pleasantly surprised. Let's take a look and see if our cheese is melted on this one. 1 more minute. I think I would finish all of these with a little bit of cracked pepper. And now I think our other one, I put a mat down for the other tray. Move this forward. Move this back just to make sure we have enough room. You might just want to put a little grated cheese over these, but you know, here we have 3 perfect little macaroni bowls. A little cracked pepper over this. So again, we have our chicken saltimbocca. We have our percatelli boccatini. I always loved this, this shape of macaroni. A little bit difficult to eat. When you try and twirl them on a spoon, they grow rather large quickly, and there's always pieces hanging out, so it's kind of a little more of a messy macaroni to eat. But you know, if you're somewhat graceful, as long as you're apologetic about things flying out when you're trying to eat, you know, it's all fun. And of course, our wonderful shepherd's pie, made with the leftover lamb, layered with the potato croquet, the vegetables, and of course that wonderful Gruyere cheese over the top. So again, this is part 1 of our leftovers. I'm David Martone, Executive Chef at Classic Thyme, and you're joining us today for part 1 of Leftovers.